Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills Planning Board, Monday, November 21st, 2022, at 7:30 p.m. Announcement is made that adequate notice of this meeting has been given and that it is being conducted in accordance with NJSA 10:4-6 et sec of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act. If you could call the roll, please.
Councilman DePiero.
Here.
Mr. Mealy.
Here.
Mr. Meth.
Present.
Ms. Veely. Here. Mr. Von Aiken.
Here.
Chairman Dinsmore.
Here.
We also have our planner, Mr. Weiser,
Hello.
our board engineer, Mr. Canjiano, and our board attorney, Mr. Logano.
All right, if we could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. This meeting is open to the general public. Are there any members of the public who have something that is not on our agenda tonight who would like to speak or bring something to the attention of the board? Hearing and seeing none. Do we have anything other than our one case here tonight, Nora?
No, this is it.
I figured that. So then calling up application number 22:533, Faring Properties, Inc., 100 Interpace Parkway, Block 136, Lot 43, Spot 1, minor site plan and major soil moving permit.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Joseph O'Neill here on behalf of the applicant. We were originally a minor application, but we needed a soil moving permit, so here we are. I do believe there are a number of waivers before we get started that we'll need to cover.
We have that indeed. I assume you have received the planner's report of October 26th?
Yes, we have.
All right. Mr. Weiser, could you walk us through what...
Mr. Chairman, there are a number of items that we asked for testimony for, and there are a number of items that we didn't think the applicant should be held up for, and we recommended that they be made a condition of approval. But we did ask for a couple of items that we have not received. We asked for the applicant to submit a list of the variances and design waivers sought, along with a justification for each. We haven't received that. We didn't identify any, pardon me, any variances as part of this application. I think I would recommend the applicant address that. We had asked them, as a condition of approval, to add, any additional approvals to the set of plans, approvals other than this application. That certainly can be made a condition of approval if the board concurs. Certified list of individual property owners within 200 feet, same thing. They had to have a current list in order to get here tonight. We would ask that that list be appended to the plans. We had asked for testimony that no DEP freshwater wetlands or buffers are impacted by the project. We had recommended add a note referencing the current survey to the plans. That could be a condition of approval. We had asked the applicant to provide testimony regarding the existing and proposed uses and any changes. We were not here when this application originally came in, or when the project was originally approved. We don't know exactly what's going on at the property, so if the applicant could just speak to that. We asked the applicant to revise the zoning table on the plans to show all of the requirements of attachment 430 attachment 2. We believe that can be made a condition of approval. We ask that the applicant testify that there's no impact to the pond on the adjacent properties from the proposed activities. We had asked for a Google Earth or similar aerial to provide the board with context. We have not received that. I don't know if the applicant has that here this evening. And then in terms of testimony, we asked that the applicant testify that there's no changes or if there are any changes to existing parking, access, circulation, and loading, project signage, project lighting, landscaping, and if there are, we would, any changes, we would defer that to the township forester. We ask for testimony that existing solid waste disposal recycling will be sufficient for the site and its post-construction condition. So with all of that, there are two items that we had asked for that we didn't get that we thought were worthy of the board to waive, to opine on in terms of whether they want to waive or not. One is the Google Earth aerial, and the other is the formal list of variances or design waivers with a statement of justification.
All right, just those two items?
I think that there are a number of things, again, we'd ask the applicant to testify to. There are a number of things that we would recommend could be made a condition of approval. So I guess those are technical, the condition of approval are technically waivers. At least waivers from submitting them at this point in time.
Mr. O'Neill, do you
I would
wish to
comment on the, first off, on the variances and design waivers, there are none.
Right.
So, but regarding the Google Earth, I apologize that did not get to you, but we can address that through testimony. I'm being told it was on the plans, but,
It was on the plans?
yes.
Okay, our staff, I guess,
We can go over that through
We have it stamped
testimony.
on the 17th, I think. So this
Yeah, the
week and a half,
17th, we received this, so there was no time to mail it to him, so he has it
oh,
now.
so I hadn't seen it, okay.
Okay, so that doesn't require a waiver at this point?
At this point, no.
We've got it.
Yeah, okay, so there you go.
So
The rest
we have-
we'll address through testimony.
Is there anything we need waivers for then, or?
I guess, I don't know whether you want to formally waive items that we're going to recommend we make a condition of approval. I think that's probably just something we can put in the resolution as we move forward.
Mr. O'Neill, does that make sense to you?
It does, we can address that as the application goes forward, I think, pretty easily, and then just any conditions left over, we can put in the resolution.
All right, so then, at the moment, it does not appear that there are any waivers that need to be,
Yeah, and just so the board knows, our report is dated October 26th. This aerial was received November 17th, so.
yes,
Got it.
that makes.
Mr. Chairman, just one comment. The only issue that I see, and Stuart, please correct me if I'm wrong, that you are recommending the conditions of approval is the statement of any and all approvals which are required from other government or quasi-government entities. That could be actually addressed via testimony.
Yeah.
And the other one is a current survey. Are there any other, Stuart, that I'm missing?
There are some revisions to the plans that we think more complete zoning table should be on the revised plans. The current 200-foot list should be on the revised plans. I'm sorry. I think that may be it.
We can definitely do that.
Okay.
All right. Well, then, since we're not voting on any waivers at this point, Mr. O'Neill, if you want to present your case?
Yes, well, to address what the operations are on the site, we'll bring up a representative of Ferry to talk about what it is we're doing here.
I just want to remark that we're just a trifle shorthanded. I believe we've got only 6 members of the board here, not that I think interferes with anything, but just to make sure it's on the record.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Name and address for the record, please.
Daniel Scherer, S-H-E-R-E-R, and it's 4 Hampton, H-A-M-P-T-O-N Drive, in Berkeley Heights, New Jersey.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Counsel.
To share your position with Ferry.
I'm a Global Program Director.
Now, what is it Ferry does here on site?
So currently, Ferring manufactures two products in the reproductive health space for infertility treatment, as well as some other secondary packaging for a gastroenterology product that is for preparation before colon screening and colon surgery.
So what is it we're proposing here today before the board?
So this piece with the link between the two buildings is really part of a larger initiative that Ferring has been pursuing since early 2020, where we are embarking on renovations to both buildings that are on site that ultimately will allow for production of a new therapy in the facility, a gene therapy for non-muscle invasive bladder cancer. So this last piece with the two elevators and the elevated walkway is really around the efficiency of the movement of people between the two buildings, as well as samples of product moving between the two buildings.
So it allows that to happen without exposure to the elements and control.
Exactly, yeah. Or having to traverse office areas, different office areas.
Sure. I have no further questions for this witness.
Are there any members of the board have any questions of this witness on this testimony at this time? Any of our professionals have any questions?
I just
Mr.
would
Weiser?
like to clarify, so what you're going to be doing as a result of this application is generally consistent with what you've been doing all along?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
kind of the final piece of the puzzle.
All right, thank you, Mr. Scheer.
Thank you.
So normally we'd go right to the site plan, but given the nature of the addition, I thought it would be best to look at the architectural rendering first, to orient the board as to what it is we're doing before we get into the nitty-gritty of the site plan itself.
It's your case, sir.
You're gonna need to- Okay, well, we'll reference that. If you introduce yourself, you're gonna get sworn in.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Name and address for the record, please.
Patrick Basio, 123 Warrenville Road, Greenbrook, New Jersey.
Could you spell your last name and speak into the mic?
Yes, it's B-O-C-C-I-O.
Could you give the board, please, the benefit of your experience?
Yes, I work for Integrated Project Services. We're the lead professionals for this project. I am the senior director for New Jersey office. I am a licensed professional engineer in the state of New Jersey, and I also serve on my local land use board.
All right, so let's go ahead and describe for the board, just reference which document that we submitted you're referring to.
Yeah, so this was submitted as part of the application. It's a rendering, and the name of the rendering is Perspective View. It's drawing number 4A8.003.
Is it in this document?
It's in our package.
Yeah, there you go.
So yes, it was excerpted in that particular document there. So, as Mr. Scherer was saying, the purpose of this connector link is to connect Building 1, which is the east building, to Building 3, which is the west building on site, to provide a walking corridor between the manufacturing and between the buildings, and then elevator service to the laboratories in Building 1.
There's elevator service to the ground floor also?
Correct. So on in the west building, which is Building 3, there's elevator service from the ground level, which is the warehouse and loading area, to the second level, which is the manufacturing area. The walking link to the east goes to Building 1. It has a top landing, which is only in the walkway to the first level in Building 1, which is the location of the quality assurance and quality labs.
So as Mr. Scheer described, your program here was to provide for the pass-through between the two buildings without exposure to the elements of both personnel and product.
That's correct, and to avoid having the materials traverse through office spaces which were not manufacturing type locations.
I have no further questions for this witness.
Members of the board have questions of this witness on this testimony at this time? It's purely a walkway and elevators. It's not meant to be office space. It's not meant to be manufacturing space. It's just a walkway and elevators.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, it's simply a walkway. There's no additional seats, there's no additional lay-down areas or anything like that. It's just simply to,
No
have
restrooms or?
Nothing, yeah.
Nothing, just,
All of the elevators, elevator machine rooms, and the associated support.
I
okay.
did forget one question. What is this, how does this affect the height of the buildings themselves?
Right, so generally speaking, the height is very close just because of the run-bys for the elevators and the parapets on the roof. The height of the building, or height of the addition, is slightly higher than the two buildings. On the east side, on Building 1, the height of the top, the parapet, is approximately 10 feet higher than the roof of the existing building, which is 39 foot 4 inches above grade. And the reason why it's that high on that side is because it had to match the existing Building 3, which is on the west side. At that location, the top of the parapet is 4 foot 4 above the existing roof, and 34 foot 2 inches above grade at that location.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Any,
Just on the building height again, so what's the, it's 45 foot is allowed. What is the highest that you're at?
So on the east side, which is the higher from grade, it's 39 foot 4 and change.
Can I ask just if you need to, any plan revisions that you're gonna do, just include that height on the, your drawings?
Yes. Yeah.
any other questions? I'm assuming it's designed so that a driveway can go underneath the,
No, that's
Or is
not
that a walkway?
Yeah, it's a walkway, and actually, it's, this part of the reason why we went this approach with the bridge is because there's existing stormwater management structures at that location, which made it difficult to go on grade. So this was the best solution, but there's no change in the driving access or parking or anything like that. It was simply to avoid those structures.
okay. Okay. Mr. Canjiano, that,
I'm good, thank you, yeah.
okay. Any other members of the board? Hearing,
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Mealy?
The stairwells at the top, 2 of them, are only for emergency purposes, they're not for
Roof
personnel
access,
to
yeah.
to facilitate. There are 2 stairwells at the very top.
So these are at the very roof level you're talking
Yes.
about? You're right. So at that level, that is maintenance access to the roof only for access on the roof between the parapets.
Everything else will be below that.
Everything,
where
yeah,
the
yeah,
elevators
yeah.
are.
That would only be for maintenance personnel as needed to get to that roof.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Any members of the public have any questions of this witness on this testimony at this time? Hearing and seeing none.
Thank you.
Thank
Let's get to the site plan itself.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Name and address of the record, please.
My name is David Citro, C-I-T-R-O. My address is 306 North Wales Road, North Wales, Pennsylvania. And for the record, that's spelled like the country, not the animal.
Mr. Citro, could you give the board, please, the benefit of your experience?
Yes, I am Director of Civil Engineering at Mainstay Engineering Group, headquartered in Blue Bell, Pennsylvania. I've been practicing for approximately 20 years, and I am a licensed professional engineer in the state of New Jersey.
Thank you.
Anybody have any questions on this? No? Mr. O'Neill?
Thank you. Mr. Citro, referring to the plans that were filed with the board, could you just orient us as to what it is we're doing here?
Certainly. Project location is at 100 Interface Parkway, and it's between Interface Parkway and Upper Pond Road, approximately a quarter mile west of Cherry Hill Road near Interstate 80. It is a 25-acre developed parcel within the SED 5 district, and in the existing and proposed conditions, it's in conformance with all area and bulk zoning requirements. As previously discussed, the application is to construct 2 elevator shafts and an overhead interior link passageway to connect the north side of buildings 1 and 3.
The area of disturbance for this?
Total area of disturbance is expected to be approximately 965 square feet. The overall footprint of the addition is 510 square feet, including the overhead link. Just for purposes of reference, also, the existing facility has a footprint of about 1.1 million square feet.
And as part of this construction, you're not disturbing the stormwater elements below the bridge itself, correct?
That's correct.
Are you disturbing the parking lot in any way?
No,
Are you disturbing the pond in any way?
no.
There's a soil moving permit associated with this application, is that true?
That's true.
Can you describe for us how that's going to work?
Yes, due to the construction that's required for the elevator shafts, there will be soil removal in excess of 100 cubic yards. We're estimating that that's going to equate to approximately between 18 and 25 trucks overall throughout the duration of the project for removing soil from the site.
How will that soil be moved on and off site?
So trucks will take the soil discharge in the loading dock area, travel out to Upper Pond Road, and then down Interface Parkway towards Cherry Hill Road, and then out to Route 180 to the ultimate haul site.
So not really much internally here in Parsippany outside of that?
No.
The office part?
No.
I have no further questions for this witness.
Any members of the board have any questions on this witness? Mr. Canjiano, you have?
Yeah, I just want a little clarification, and you did the net new impervious area was just over the threshold to require minor stormwater drainage per the ordinance of 400 square feet of new impervious. So you did correctly provide the seepage pit calculations. Thank you. How does it connect? How does the new improvements connect to? Couldn't see very clearly on the plan.
So the intent is for the downspout drainage coming off the roof to tie into that seepage pit, and from that seepage pit to tie into the existing stormwater management, which is below grade, but in that general location, down at the bottom of the hill there.
I didn't clearly see that on the plan.
We can clarify that.
Yeah, I'd ask that you, just so for, a lot of times the intentions, if it's not shown on the plan clearly, the contractor doesn't really know, and he does what he wants to do sometimes.
Certainly.
And this.
We'll make that crystal clear.
Yes, okay. Thank you. And then also going back to the soil movement, how many yards in total?
So I'm calculating about 180 yards. About 180 yards, so it's going to be about 18 trucks.
Okay.
But giving them a little bit of leeway might end up being a little bit more maybe, but I would not think that it's going to exceed 25 trucks.
Thank you. That's the only questions I had.
All right. Any members of the board have any questions?
I just have a question for
Yes, sir.
council, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Council, you provided the November 4th, 2022 correspondence from municipal engineer regarding the conditions of the soil movement.
Yes, we did.
Do you have any issues complying with those conditions?
No, we will comply fully with those conditions.
Thank you, sir. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Mr. Weiser?
I just want to run through items that we had asked for testimony. I think I heard most of it, but a lot of these are just, is it true that there'll be no change to existing project lighting?
That's correct.
Existing solid waste disposal recycling will be sufficient for the new use?
That's my understanding, yes.
Bear with me. No change on parking requirements?
No change.
Does this have any impact, or does the governor's, the new DEP electric vehicle charging station, regulations have any impact or,
No.
or any interplay?
No.
Okay. No change to existing signage.
Correct.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
All right. Any other members of the board or our professionals? Hearing, seeing none. Are there any members of the public who have any questions of this witness on this testimony at this time? Hearing and seeing none. Mr. O'Neill?
Yes, that's it. We have no further testimony. Ferring is a very valuable member of the community, and this is an improvement and a continuation of a series of improvements they've done up there that only makes this facility better. We hope the board sees that and grants this approval.
Okay, I'm going to ask our professionals, do we have adequate information to come to a decision? I'm assuming we do.
Nothing from my standpoint.
Okay, just want to make sure that we are where we are. Any members of the public have any wish to speak in opposition? Hearing and seeing none. Any members of the public wish to speak in favor? Hearing and seeing none. This closes the evidentiary portion of the hearing tonight. Is there somebody here that would like to frame a resolution?
Mr. Chairman, a motion to approve application number 22:533, Ferring Properties Incorporated, 100 Interpace Parkway, Block 136, Lot 43.1, minor site plan, major soil moving permit, and I believe, Mr. Weiser, you had some conditions to this?
Yes, so the conditions would be, bear with me a second, to add the current 200-foot list to the revised civil plans, to add the current, to add the list of, any other agency approvals to the plans, to add a note to the plans referencing the current survey, to revise the zoning table to show the complete 430 attachment 2 as applicable, and the only other thing, our reviewer indicated that there may be some minor inconsistencies between the civil plans and the architectural plans. If you guys could just coordinate those and make sure that they jibe. That is what I have.
Two additional conditions, Mr. Chairman. It's comply with the conditions set forth in the November 4th correspondence regarding the soil movement, and to update the plans to show the stormwater management connection as per Mr. Canjiano's recommendation.
Are we giving them the soil moving permit, or are we recommending to the council?
This is granting. There was no requirement.
No recommendation required for the council.
Correct. Okay, I just, 30 years of doing it one way.
I know.
I believe it's underlined now in the letter, not required. That's just, can be removed completely at this point, but I guess we get the point.
Yeah,
Baby steps.
exactly. All right, do I have a second of that motion?
Second, Math.
All right, Nora, would you call the roll, please?
DePiero,
Yes.
Neely,
Yes.
Neff,
Yes.
Veely. Yes. Von Aiken.
Yes.
Dinsmore.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. Have a nice night.
Enjoy your evening, nice and early.
Pacey Church.
You can even go and watch the football game.
Who's playing?
I don't know. Once my teams get beat, I don't pay attention.
Yes, tough weekend.
Yep, very tough weekend.
I was there yesterday.
Oh, were you?
Horrible. It was, brutally cold, and then to watch that garbage, it was even worse, so.
So do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting tonight?
So moved.
All in favor? Get up, get up and go.
As I was killing the Giants for stinking.
What do you think the Giants are saying? You should have tried the Rutgers.